Everyone thinks being Gumball Watterson would be amazing, a chaotic blue cat living in a world where anything can happen. But if you actually look at his life closely, you'd realize it's basically a never-ending nightmare. And today we're going to prove why Gumball's existence is pure suffering disguised as comedy. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at him the same way again. Because what we're about to uncover goes way deeper than just cartoon chaos. For those of you that might not know, the Amazing World of Gumball follows a 12-year-old blue cat and his adoptive goldfish brother Darwin as they navigate life in the suburban town of Elmore.
We're taking this poor woman back home before anyone notices she's missing.
On the surface, it's a colorful, funny show about family and friendship. But scratch beneath that animated exterior and you'll find something much darker. See, most cartoon protagonists get to be heroes, or at least have some kind of special power or advantage. Gumball? He's just a regular kid trapped in an absolutely insane universe where everyone around him is either incompetent, psychotic, or actively working against him. And the worst part, he's completely aware of how messed up everything is, but he's powerless to change any of it. So let's break down exactly why being Gumball Watterson is the worst fate imaginable, starting with the people who are supposed to care about him most, his own family. The people who are supposed to love and protect him, and honestly, they're probably the biggest source of his misery. First up, his dad Richard. Now, I get it, cartoon dads are supposed to be goofy and incompetent, but Richard takes this to a whole new level of psychological damage.
Okay, you have a choice to make. Heck, let's just make this easy on both of us. I'll take everything you got.
This man is so lazy and irresponsible that Gumball has essentially become the parent in their relationship. Think about that for a second. A 12-year-old kid is more mature and responsible than his own father. Richard regularly puts the entire family in danger because he can't be bothered to think before acting. And guess who has to clean up the mess? That's right, Gumball. Then there's Nicole, his mom. Sure, she works hard and tries to keep the family together, but have you seen her anger episodes? This woman has legitimate rage issues that would terrify any normal person.
Are you crazy, you dumb?
We need a shortcut.
When Nicole loses it, she becomes this unstoppable force of destruction that can literally punch through walls and destroy entire buildings. And Gumball has to live with the constant fear that one wrong move could trigger another one of these explosive episodes. But here's the real kicker. His 4-year-old sister Anais is smarter than him. Imagine being constantly overshadowed by your baby sister who can solve complex equations while you're still struggling with basic math. The psychological damage from living in the shadow of a genius toddler who regularly makes you feel stupid has to be devastating.
Yeah, it's all yours, guys. I've been on it all day. Oh, good luck logging in. I changed the password.
And don't even get me started on Darwin. Now, Darwin is supposed to be Gumball's best friend, right? But think about the pressure that relationship puts on Gumball. Darwin isn't just his friend, he's literally a family pet that evolved into a person because of their bond.
What? I've got legs. What is happening to me?
That means Gumball is personally responsible for Darwin's entire existence and identity. Every time they fight or have problems, Gumball isn't just dealing with normal friendship drama. He's dealing with the guilt that he might be failing the one person whose entire life revolves around him. Darwin's whole personality is built around being loyal and supportive to Gumball, which means Gumball can never truly be honest about his feelings without potentially destroying Darwin's sense of self. But the friendship pressure doesn't end there. Because Darwin is so pure and innocent, Gumball constantly has to be the bad guy in their relationship.
Yeah, but if it was my plan, I would have had you to stop me doing it.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're not a sidekick, dude. You're a guardian.
When they get into trouble, it's always Gumball who comes up with the schemes, Gumball who makes the mistakes, and Gumball who has to face the consequences. Darwin gets to maintain his innocent image while Gumball becomes the family screw-up. And here's the really messed up part. This dynamic has created a codependent relationship where Gumball can't function without Darwin, but he also can't be himself with Darwin around. He's trapped in this perfect friendship that's slowly suffocating his individual identity. School isn't any better, by the way. Elmore Junior High is basically designed to torture Gumball specifically. Let's start with Miss Simeon, his teacher who literally, and I mean literally, hates him for no apparent reason.
Well done, Watterson. Hip, hip, hooray!
All right, I need to say something.
This woman has made it her life's mission to make Gumball miserable. She fails him on assignments, humiliates him in front of the class, and actively tries to get him in trouble with his parents. But it's not just Miss Simeon. The entire social hierarchy of the school seems designed to keep Gumball at the bottom. He's not popular, he's not particularly talented at anything, and he's constantly embarrassing himself in front of his classmates.
No more spoilers!
Actually, there is a dinner scene, which very closely resembles the one that's...
And yet, he keeps trying to fit in and be accepted, which only leads to more humiliation. Then there's his relationship with Penny. While it's sweet that they care about each other, think about the pressure of being in a relationship when you're 12 years old and already dealing with all this other chaos. Every interaction with Penny becomes this high-stakes situation where one wrong move could ruin everything.
What the what? You look...
What? Toilet bag?
No! You look...
The stress of trying to be a good boyfriend while your entire life is falling apart around you has to be absolutely exhausting. And speaking of exhausting, we haven't even talked about the biggest problem yet. Here's where things get really dark. Gumball doesn't just have normal problems. He lives in a universe that seems specifically designed to torture him.
Need something that'll lift my spirits. Something that will nourish my mind and heart, filling it with joy. Something that will prove to me that the world isn't such a bad place.
Think about it. Gumball lives in a world where reality itself is unstable. The laws of physics change depending on what's funnier. People can literally break the fourth wall and acknowledge they're in a cartoon. And sometimes, just sometimes, Gumball becomes aware of this too.
Wait, then why is it affecting the...
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Imagine the existential horror of realizing you're trapped in a TV show where your suffering exists purely for other people's entertainment. But it gets worse. Because it's a cartoon, nothing ever truly gets resolved. Every episode, Gumball faces some new crisis or disaster, learns a lesson, and then everything resets for the next episode. He's trapped in an endless loop where his growth and development don't matter because tomorrow he'll be facing the exact same problems all over again. Other characters in his world get to have special abilities or unique traits that make them interesting. What does Gumball get? He gets to be the straight man in his own life, the normal one surrounded by chaos, which makes him simultaneously the most important and least special person in his entire universe.
Okay, Control. Going in.
Okay. How you feeling?
To be honest, I'm feeling pretty lazy.
And that's just the beginning of his cosmic nightmare. And if you think I'm exaggerating about any of this, let's talk about the episodes where Gumball literally has mental breakdowns or faces complete existential crisis. Remember the question where Gumball becomes obsessed with finding meaning in his existence? Or the compilation where he realizes his life is just a series of repeated failures? These aren't just funny cartoon episodes, they're genuine psychological horror stories disguised as comedy. In The Fury, we see what happens when Nicole's anger is unleashed at full power, and Gumball has to witness his mother transform into a literal monster of rage. The terror on his face isn't played for laughs, it's genuine fear of his own parent. Then there's The Nobody, where Gumball discovers that background characters can just disappear and become irrelevant, making him realize how easily he could be forgotten and replaced.
I meant your fun twin.
I don't have any siblings either.
Darn it, I meant your...
Gumball, please just stop. So, what happened?
I can't remember.
The existential horror of learning that people can just stop existing because they're not important enough is something that clearly haunts him. These episodes prove that underneath all the bright colors and silly jokes, Gumball is genuinely suffering, and the show knows it. Here's the thing that makes Gumball's situation truly hellish. He's aware of his suffering, but completely powerless to escape it. Unlike other cartoon protagonists who get to be heroes or have special powers, Gumball is cursed with being ordinary in an extraordinary world. SpongeBob gets to be blissfully optimistic, Bugs Bunny always wins in the end, even Jerry the Mouse outsmarts Tom every time. But Gumball, he just has to endure whatever the universe throws at him, and the universe seems to have infinite creativity when it comes to making him miserable. The cruel irony is that his optimism and determination to keep trying actually makes everything worse. If he just gave up and accepted his fate, he might suffer less. But because he keeps hoping things will get better, he sets himself up for disappointment over and over again. And here's the most disturbing part. His misery is literally the point. We watch The Amazing World of Gumball because Gumball's suffering is entertaining. His pain is our pleasure. He exists in a state of perpetual torment so that we can laugh at his expense. That's not just unfortunate, that's genuinely horrifying when you think about it. So there you have it. Concrete proof that being Gumball Watterson is essentially a cosmic joke with him as the eternal punchline. The next time you watch the show, pay attention to how much genuine suffering is hiding behind those laughs. What do you think? Did I miss any major ways Gumball's life is miserable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if this video completely ruined your childhood, make sure to subscribe for more content that will destroy your favorite cartoon memories.